For those who hear, let them hear. For those who see, let them see. May the Christ within illumine the world, and know that God is one with thee. Melchizedek, True Principle. Pathway of the Soul. A soul had walked the earthly path, his mission he fulfilled, and dropped the earthly coil and left it at his will. Among the souls beyond the veil, he found himself there numbered, for he had not experienced death. He passed but through a slumber, and as he wakened, quick to see, he found his mission he had not failed. He sought among the teachers old and said, "What is the perfect will?" An ancient sage then to him replied, "What choice was yours, while in the flesh you did abide? Was it to serve in fullness there, the God you left to go to earth? Did you spread love? Did you reach forth your fellow man to lift? How come you thought your mission filled? Your body then you left. You shall return again to claim another earthly shell, and there among men of earth once again to dwell. Your work not done has just begun. Fear not to then return, for you have wisdom gathered, son, and much of man have learned. Go forth and seek another shell, and there in love you should dwell, and tell the tidings of great joy, of God, of love, and thus employ all righteousness and not ill will. And should your body temple reveal to man of earth a frailty perchance, it is but for the reason, son. Desire has so ordained to be, and not of God, but of your decree. Go forth in power and seek to find the selfless ones, the lames, the blind, the lame who falter along life's road, the blind who would not see, the deaf who would not hear the story told. Move gently, son, with humble heart, slow to step, falter not. Reach forth your hand, and should man fail to grasp it as you stretch it forth, then let it fall with gentle will. At your side, but press on still. Press on, O Son of God, and falter not, for man shall learn, man shall see, and you, O Son of God, because of your return to earth, shall teach your fellow man that birth. It is not of soul, it is but flesh. The soul moves on in endless quest, until at last, when light has come, because of you, God's eternal Son, man shall have removed his every blot. Then you can say, my work is done. You shall but say, your work is done. But never shall it be, my son. For as you come to us to dwell, you shall continue on. For you, as we, shall find a soul who walks the earthly way, whose will it is to speak of God, and you shall go his way. You shall touch his eyes, he shall see the light. You shall speak as in his ear, and he shall hear. As you shall speak, for you shall say, no fear. O man of earth, no fear. God is your counsel. Be bold. Go forth and speak of love. I too have thus so told. Think not, O Son of God, your work be ever done, for man of earth needs light and truth, and God needs noble sons. No more an earthly temple to wear, no more the physical sorrow bear, but you shall toil with man of earth. Your work is never done. Peace be with you, dear ones. Peace. And as we have previously mentioned, there are those who are in constant attendance with you, ever seeking to fulfill their mission. Their work is never done. You shall tread life's paths cautiously. What mean I in so speaking? Not with fear, but never expect to be fully understood by a mortal man who walks in darkness because of his rebellion unto God. It is the one who walks in darkness who needs you. It is the one who, because of disobedience, wears a broken body who needs you. It is the one who would be hungry, who would thirst, the one who has lost his way along the path who needs you. The physician comes but to he who is ill of body. The teacher comes to the one who is desirous to learn. And never forget, whatever knowledge you possess through your desire to serve God becomes wisdom. And wisdom is priceless. It is the foolish man who says in his heart, I have all the wisdom there is. I know. He or she who so states is the one who shall stumble over their own declaration. We say to you, perfection with few exceptions has been reached only by a few. The more your knowledge becomes wisdom, the greater your illumination. Dear hearts, you shall always find a place wherein you may share your wisdom. Your wisdom shall never go wanting. If it were not necessary for you to have wisdom, it will be because God's work on the physical plane has become finished. As long as man continues to make mistakes, as long as man continues his disobedience to God, and that is the greater mistake. As long as man forgets from whence his all of everything has come, man needs guidance. You have encountered many so afflicted. Do not become dismayed, for when you tenanted your previous physical habiliment, you left it by the wayside because you felt your work was finished. Why did you feel your work was finished? Because you felt self-sufficient. But as you return to be numbered among, and I say return from the place from which you came, to become numbered with the celestial hosts, you found that you have left unfinished business. The sage of old said to you, son, daughter, go find another earthly shell. See yonder, there is a man and woman. They are now preparing a physical vehicle for you. Go and claim it. Your spiritual mother and your spiritual father so bid you do. And as you claim the body they are preparing for you, you shall learn to call them mother and father. But do not forget your spiritual parentage. For were it not for your spiritual parentage, you would not be. Go back to earth. Move along your fellow men. Tell them the story of light, life. Tell them the story of love, the greatest power of God, love. Tell them that the strife of men never brings conquest. Tell them the story of love. And in love, there is no selfish conquest. Tell them, son and daughter, return to earth and tell them, for their physical time is wasting. It wastes because they are wasting it. Knock upon the door of their hearts while there is yet time for them to hear, lest they too leave an unfinished pattern. Here you are numbered among your fellow men. You have always been with them. You do not recognize them? It is not strange. Why do you not recognize them? For the reason that when you moved with them before, they were clothed in another habiliment. Do not be confused. Man of earth endures no trial but what he has earned. Man meets no man of earth but whom he has met before, and whom he shall meet again and again and again, until his portions of life's pattern is finished. Do not worry. Do not fret, dear hearts. You shall find a place to rest your cross, and it shall not be on an ignominious hill of Golgotha. You shall place it in the fullness of God's eternal light. Where is your cross? Where do you carry it? What is his shape and likeness? It is but your physical body. That is your cross. Behold your shadow. Or shall I make it definite for you? The shadow of your earthly temple. Stretch forth your arms, and what do you find? The shadow of the cross. God's light casts no shadow. God's light swallows up the shadow, dear hearts. How? In this wise. God's light dispels all physical chaos, all physical strife. God's light cleanses and purifies man's thinking, and there is no shadow in God's light. As you stretch your physical hands forth and see the shadow of the cross form by your outstretched arms, your physical body, you shall say, O cross of flesh, you no longer crucify me. I am the resurrection and the life. I am God's child. You deceive me no more, O physical cross. I no longer hang upon you. I am free. You, O physical cross, are now subservient to me, and ere long you too shall be dissolved. Unto the elements from which you came, I have arisen. Truly, the Father and I are one. I have experienced Gethsemane. I have experienced life over death. I live. Dear hearts, now you speak those words to your physical cross. You are the resurrection. You are the life. Why do you become disturbed? Why do you become overwrought? Why do you become a part of those who do not understand? You can never help man in his darkness by becoming part of his limited understanding. How shall you help him? Indeed, you are to help him. You help him in great measure by not becoming a part of his chaos, than by, through sympathy, becoming submissive to it. For mind you well, the master of masters never expressed sympathy. Compassion, love was the watchword of the Galilean, never sympathy. Sympathy is but a physical attribute and born out, and I am going to be rather frank, born out of inquisitiveness of the five physical senses. We leave this truth with you. Love brings about the perfect analysis of life. Compassion heals. Every seeming obstacle which gives disappearance to you as you walk along the physical path is but a reflection of past experiences. And as you learn, dear hearts, as you learn through love to lift, you not only lift another, but you lift yourself. Spirituality can never become confused. Now mind you that well. Spirituality, can never become debased. Spirituality, never know weariness. What becomes weary? What become debased? Ah, dear hearts, man's mortal thinking. Therein lies confusion. You are spirit now, as you have always been, as you shall always be. And the reason that you are wearing the present physical body is because you are here on unfinished business. And how are you to remain uncumbered from the chaos created by those who are lesser understanding than yourself? Well, in the wise. Let your divine intelligence, which is your perfect mind, which is God mind, spiritualize your intellect. Intellect is but mortal, and it is the composite of the desire created by the five physical senses. It is that which must become spiritualized. It is that which must become cleansed and purged. When intelligence has immersed, has anointed, has baptized the intellect, then their hearts shall come to pass the statement of the Nazarene when he said, "Come, let us reason together. For remember, there is a serpent of wisdom that is the all-knowing intelligence of God, and there is a serpent of deception that is born out of the weakness of intellect. The serpent of wisdom shall devour the serpent of deception. For it is the serpent of deception that grovels upon its belly in the dust, but not the serpent of wisdom." We love you, we love you, we love you, dear hearts, with an everlasting, undying love. And in this hour, we have endeavored to leave you with the lesson for your fellow man wherever you may meet them. Do not be given over unto appearances, for in so doing, you shall become swallowed up with emotion. Emotion is not spiritual, dear hearts. It savors nothing of the serpent of wisdom. Come down, dear hearts. Come down from the cross of flesh. Come down. Stand in God's light where there are no shadows. Listen to truth, not the physical intellect. You listen. And the serpent of wisdom shall devour the serpent of deception. And as you listen, you say, "I will live." Look not for signs. Look not for symbols. Walk forth and into the physical body. Breathe the breath of life with an understanding heart. And none of you become over-anxious, for over-anxiousness is a frailty of emotion, and it causes man to run foremost and headlong, so to speak, causing him to trip over his own feet and fall. It will put him quite often on the limb that he is sawing off. Continue to speak truth, to the physical cross. For remember, it is a tree. It shall bud, it shall leap forth, it shall bloom. How? With strength. It shall no longer persecute and crucify you. It shall serve you as you so intended it to serve you, as the earthly vehicle which shall carry you among man of earth. Through it you shall serve your God, speaking the message of love.